Hello there. My name is Josiah Gilliam, and this is a mindful moment with Awaken Pittsburgh.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Romero, the founder and executive director of Awaken Pittsburgh, and I'm really happy to have one of my collaborators, Danielle Thum, with us today. Hey, Danielle.
Hello, how are you both?
We're doing well today. How about you, Josiah?
I'm doing great. Danielle, what do you have to share with us today?
So today I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. I work for a local healthcare system, and they sent out some information talking about mask anxiety. And it's not something that I had acknowledged myself and thought about checking in with my colleagues and the families I work with. But I really realized that mindful practices can be used to address and acknowledge mask anxiety. So, wearing a mask and covering up the lower half of your face can cause anxiety for yourself because it covers the areas where you're breathing, but also for other people. You can't see them as well, recognize their emotions, if they're smiling, if they're frowning. Um, whatever's going on with them, it's just harder to communicate and interpret things sometimes. So there are many other reasons also that wearing a mask and being around many other people wearing masks can be anxiety inducing. So to just acknowledge that that's a real thing and encourage people to think about how mask wearing might affect them, and mindfully attend to that, but also to use our mindfulness skills and breathing practices to address that. So I have my mask, and I know you both brought yours with you, so we'll just practice a bit. But the hospital recommendation, and especially I work with children, was to practice breathing with and without a mask. So if you have a child who's concerned about it or they're just feeling uncomfortable, you can have them practice breathing, just nothing on their face, and deep breathing helps to regulate. We know that as mindful practitioners, deep breathing helps to regulate your body, your mind, your emotions. And so practicing that just by yourself, no mask, you can practice it using your hand to cover your mouth, and practice it, in the comfort of your home, in the car before you have to wear a mask in public, just to regulate yourself and get a baseline. So I'll do it with you all, and you can just kind of see how it applies. But putting the mask on, I like to have a fun, colorful mask, and I am fortunate to have friends who can sew one for me because I certainly can't. Um, so the fun, colorful mask helps me feel like I'm portraying to other people, the smile that they can't see. So that's my first step in my mindful mask wearing. Putting the mask on, I take a minute to just acknowledge where I'm headed, what I'm going to do, and just kind of do a mini, I guess you could call it a mini loving kindness moment. I don't know if it's a meditation, but just remembering that we're all working through mask wearing, and that the people who are wearing masks are the same people that I would be encountering without masks. So they're in the store, they're in Target buying what they're buying, they're getting their groceries just like I am. And that, dealing with those thoughts of negative intent and uncertainty, with not being able to see the lower half of their face. For my breathing, when I put my mask on, I just take a couple minutes to make sure it's comfortably fitting. This one ties, some of them go around your ears. Take a moment to make sure it fits comfortably, and then just breathe. I pause before I go where I'm going and just breathe. So I'll put my mask on with you both. And 3 has always been a number for me that comes up frequently, so I use it often when I'm doing breath practices. So I get my mask on and tied up, and I just pause and take 3 deep breaths. So nice, deep inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale And let it all out on the last one. Exhale. It helps me to breathe audibly. It helps me to close my eyes or look downwards or away from the main point of contact. So I would just encourage you all to use your mindfulness practices and apply them to mask wearing, which is something we're all getting used to and working with each and every day. So I thank you both for inviting me to share that practice.
That was great, Danielle. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I hadn't given a lot of thought to, especially young kids with mask anxiety. My kids are teens and above.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really helpful tip, I think, for moms and dads, families that have younger kids that might be resistant, to do those practices with them prior to having to go somewhere. That's a great thing. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you know, kids have got stuff going on, allergies, asthma, things that need to be attended to medically, certainly, but they can make it a little, sometimes breathing is another point of anxiety for adults and children that have those things going on. And so taking a minute to practice wearing your mask and practice breathing in it can help. It can also help you acknowledge if you have a mask that a friend made for you and it's not good for you to breathe in, so you're not, you know, stuck at the door of wherever you're going and you're like, I can't breathe. So gives you that time to check in with yourself.
It's great to take a time to be reminded, if you are feeling any kind of mask related anxiety, that is a real thing, and in the moment of feeling it. And I love this idea of taking time to practice, and before heading anywhere, kind of having that moment with yourself. That mindful moment is a really good reminder.
Absolutely. And again, I encourage everyone, adults and children, if you've got anxiety that you're struggling to deal with, reach out to a mental health professional, reach out to trusted friends and family. If you have a physical ailment that's causing it to be difficult to breathe in a mask, please do the same. Reach out to healthcare professionals, friends and families, ask for help. Everybody's going through it, so it's definitely something that you can work through together.
Yeah, and I love the suggestion, find alternatives, different styles of masks, different fabrics, the face shields, you know.
Yes.
So if you are having difficulty breathing with the mask, there are alternatives, just so that we can keep each other safe and healthy.
Yes, and lots of places have different protocols to accommodate varying needs. So if you're unsure about where you're going, definitely ask where you're going as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you both.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.